request. The direct tax is 49.
Pardon me. Oh, my goodness.
43.
Oh,
At the bottom. It's this one.
So this.
49, 485, 70.
The request was that we review this for spelling errors and any other wording corrections that we might want to.
85 cents.
Let's call the meeting to order first.
Yeah. Tammy, if you're ready. Okay, we have 7 o'clock. We'll call the meeting to order. So Lance, I'll let you go over this one.
The request, first of all, is we have a copy of the proposed warning in front of us. Was that we review this and make sure this is what we want for the warning. Okay? There might be some changes here afterwards, but.
Okay.
So section 2K, strike it. There's nothing there. It's empty. Line item 2.
Yeah.
Bottom, yeah. There.
F, kill the brackets between commissioner and 5-year term. I don't know what they're there for.
What's that for?
For F, there's a set of brackets.
This should be.
I've got a red pen. I'm marking them on mine.
I'm just saying so it's uniform.
Yeah, no, I,
2K, there's nothing there. Down on 4J, there's a dash before the 3 and a dash after to keep uniformity, kill the dash in front of it. The same thing with 4K. I don't know, it's not a big deal, but October.
Can I ask a
7th,
question?
Go ahead.
What is line item 3?
Line item 3 to act on the reports of various town offices.
Well, that's one that's in there each time, isn't it?
That's in there every time to act on the financial reports.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on the last one. Yeah, we just carried it over.
They vote the town meeting document itself.
They vote, I believe it's in here. They vote against the report that's.
Right.
To accept the previous.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay. I believe that's what it is.
just double checking.
So I don't know, it's just strange. You got October 7th, 2024. We killing the THs on the, or we killing the 2024.
What are you talking about?
Line 5, shall the town have vote to have its property taxes due on October 7th? Well, I guess you keep it 2024.
October 7th, 2024.
that's correct.
Not the 2024.
Do not
Um,
25th.
Right.
Right, but he was saying it would be the
The
2024th.
No, I was saying kill the TH.
Kill the TH.
Can I ask a question?
Oh,
Well, then,
12, is Maple Grove Cemetery, is that for 2025? I believe that's 2025, right?
No, they're
No.
in the same state, they're in the same as us.
Same as us.
The only one that's,
There is.
Library, but I thought-
the library is the only one that's ahead of us.
Is it the historical society? Someone else is 2025.
I don't believe it.
Okay. Yeah, I check on 13. If it is the historical society is 2025.
Okay, let me just put what year.
Yeah. And I'm going fast. I'm sorry, I already
Oh,
come.
No, that's fine.
On 13, if the historical society budget is for
Yeah.
2025, can we make that reflect that?
I see some people have notes on number 11. Can we at least address, so we're all on the same page here?
Okay, so
Yes.
yeah, that, Amy showed this thing amount
Amount, she said.
should be 49, 45, 70.
So this is your thing, but it
Yeah.
looks like requested direct tax, 49, 485, 70. And then that's the total. So I
They
think,
have their operating cost and then this and then their total again.
I don't know, but this is in bold.
Well,
I'm assuming that's it.
you know what happens when we assume?
Yes, I do.
Did anyone reach out to Mickey and confirm what the amount was?
Nope.
That's
Well,
what we should
we
do.
ought to do
We
that.
call Mickey and ask-
Because that's not very clear to me.
Is it 49 or is it 50? You don't want to say
You-
49 and
change it like you said.
53.
I don't have Nikki's number, so.
If I got Sam's number.
I know Tommy. does.
Okay, you got it.
No, Tommy.
Get some water.
God damn, I don't know why.
I'm so fucking thirsty. Excuse me.
I feel like,
No, we should at least, I agree.
I mean, why would you put the total after you've made an adjustment? If the adjustment's down to 49,000, great, we'll put it there, but why put your total at the end again?
Hey, Sam, is Vicky there?
That's all right, get her up.
That's all right, we can talk later, man.
Turn the cup.
We're not on video.
Can you just take the? I just have to confirm
No peeking, Sam.
to go on this morning. Tell her,
Oh, dear.
yeah,
There's no safety.
on speaker too, let her know.
Sam, you've been in this position, you know how it gets.
You're on FaceTime.
You're on FaceTime, yeah.
We're all here. On your budget for library, at the bottom, in bold, it says requested direct tax 49,485.70. And then it says total $53,635.70. So are you requesting the 49,000 or are you requesting the 53? Oh, I lost her.
I would hang up on you too. That was in the first. Part of that, like, you gotta be shitting me.
There you go. It's in the water now.
That's what happens, you get too close to the water with those phones.
That's right.
At least it wasn't a hairdryer.
That's right.
We don't know how it's powered.
Yeah.
I don't hear anything. Maybe she'll call back.
Maybe.
All right, so while we wait for her to call back and fix that one, this is more towards Todd can answer this than anyone else to a degree. Todd, 16, between 16 and 17, we put the period on the Fairfield one of 5 years for tax. But we don't say how long the period for our own fire department is.
We've done
So-
5 year. This is
5?
Is this the 10-year now,
I
Joe?
think it is a 10-year. It didn't say,
Didn't say in the thing either.
That's why I'm
the
confused.
Fairfield one specifically
5.
said a 5-year period.
Right, I'm just asking, do we want to put a period and 10 is
I-
fine? The town-
I'm trying to remember how that works. I thought it was 5.
It has to be like 5, 5, 10 is the way I read it in
We've been there
Fairfield.
long enough that we've done the 5, 5, 5. I think this is the 10.
This is the 10.
Okay.
So can we correct
No, the
that?
town vote to exempt Bakersfield.
The town votes no.
And they get taxed?
You have to pay the taxes on it.
Which you pay as a taxpayer.
So this is not an agreement we have with them already.
No,
No.
well, you do. The last 5 years
Which one, Terry?
with the.
Both of them are.
For Fairfield, this is an agreement that we've had for the last 5 or 6 years, yeah.
More than that.
No, but when I say an agreement, I mean like, we don't have this in writing that Fairfield over the next so many years will not pay
They
property.
haven't.
So
Yeah.
they have a set, it's 5, 5, 10. This is the second 5-year section.
Ours is-
And then the next one you will vote for a 10-year section.
I think it's actually been 6 years.
Yeah.
It probably has, because I think they were like, oh,
When does it start, Todd, or does it matter?
It
Do we
would have
just
started
wanna
the
say
first year we were
between
doing it.
With them,
2034?
why it would go before the town to vote on
Stop,
it.
stop. My ears are plugged. I'm having a hard time hearing.
Who we listen to?
So, repeat that, please.
If we have an agreement with them
Uh-huh.
already,
Yes,
that would tell me that we've already agreed
yes, we have.
that we would not charge them taxes.
Yes, we have.
For five-
but it was for, no, it was 5 years. Put it before the board again for another 5 years.
Yes,
Put it before the board again for 10 years.
yes.
That's the way it has to go. You
Okay,
can't
so
just.
it's not great. If this gets turned down, we're not
Pay taxes.
liable, we're not, they'd have to pay tax, okay.
They would have to pay this year's taxes on it.
So,
Yes.
so to bring me back to what I originally was asking Todd, the Bakersfield Volunteer Fire Department doesn't have a term on it. And we're trying to determine is a 5 or 10-year term.
And 5, 10. When do we go in there? I'm trying to think.
It might be
Five,
the
the last
third
one.
This might be the.
This
third
might be the
five.
third.
I think this, let's do the third 5 and be safe.
Okay.
For a 5-year
period.
Okay.
So shall the town vote to exempt the Bakersfield Fire Department
From
For-
property tax.
from property taxes for a period of 5 years located at?
Yeah.
Are you making that?
Make sure you put taxes, because it's a tax. Not that it matters, but the bottom one says.
Property
tax.
property taxes. I think you're
Just
getting a
a
little.
little,
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
There you go.
trying to make it match 17.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And then you're doing the same thing with Fairfield that way, yeah.
Tammy, do you have an answer on Article 11?
So when are we starting that?
And again, would start April first for that one.
Yes, same thing as 17.
49,000.
For property tax as,
8570.
Yep, $49,485.70.
Thank you.
Is that what she just sent you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
okay, repeat that one more time for me, 49.
$85.70.
Oh, we saved a little money there.
Thank you.
Okay, so 16, we're matching 17's timeframe period.
Yep. And it has shall the town vote to exempt Bakersfield Volunteer Fire Department from
Right.
property tax as
Do this
located at
in
181 Main Street North for a period of 5 years starting April 1,
2024.
2024.
Correct.
Right.
Do we need to say that 32 VSFA and all that on that same Bakersfield like we did Fairfields?
Is it the same? If
I don't know.
it's an article, we should put it the same.
I don't think it,
You saying.
I don't think it is the same article because that article's to exempt other towns.
Oh, yeah.
I
Okay,
think if it's in your
that
own
makes
town,
sense.
it's okay. Yeah.
so the next section's all 18. Tammy. L becomes G, N becomes H, N becomes I, and O becomes J.
Yeah.
G, H, I, J.
Yep.
I
And
think
he
that's-
said that he
Whoops, damn it.
They need to set a date and time for the informational meeting so I can add it, so it can be signed on Monday.
So we said 10 days before, right?
Before.
Yeah, they can't, it has to be within.
Within
10
That
days.
has to be within.
You can't do 11 days before. It's gotta be 10
Yeah.
or less.
I don't think it has to be warned this far in advance. either,
We
but,
have-
you know,
No, it doesn't, but we need to set a date.
Well, she's saying she wants to put it on this.
she wants to warn it.
It's gonna be on the same paper or what, but she wants.
It wouldn't be on the
signed.
same page.
So.
That done on your regular business meeting or do you do?
No, it'd have to be a separate informational meeting.
But it's a little hard to tell that now.
No, I think the date goes.
It is.
Goes on this.
Yeah, it does.
Can we do the informational meeting at 6 PM on Monday, February 26th? It's an hour before our normal meeting.
No, because I
No.
think you're gonna need more than an hour.
Right.
Then let's strike.
Do it night is your regular meeting.
Yeah, you've gotta have a. it has to
Can
be a
we do it on the
separate
9th?
information.
I agree with Terry.
The 19th is not our meeting, the 12th and the 26th.
Let me see. I don't even think it goes
It's
on.
too far out.
Legal orders of the town based Vermont hereby.
Too far?
notified of
Yeah, it's the 5th, so go 10 days before. To
March 7th AM in the.
So the
morning,
5th is,
considering-
26 is a week before.
So the 24th is the
No,
earliest we can go, which is a Saturday. We have a meeting on the 26th, so that's not gonna work.
Wednesday, the 28th.
Technical
I don't, I mean, the problem is,
We can find out first when the school's doing theirs, because I think there's something the.
Terry,
community-
that date,
Yeah, it's the 21st.
Wednesday, the 21st. Yep.
That's what she said.
They set, they set up, a set of rules for their informational meeting. And it was something to do with the second Wednesday prior to
Ours the 22nd.
the town meeting.
too far out.
Too far. Oh, we
Two
took
Wednesdays before the town.
Ours has to be 10 days in advance, no more than 10 days in
That
advance.
Do we
sucks.
vote different times
We do.
for the school and the,
So
No, but they can probably have theirs further. at least.
no, theirs has to be 10.
Theirs does too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, they're in violation on the 21st.
Right.
then. So
so the
Yeah.
24th.
I'm pretty sure theirs is not
29th is a Thursday, can't do Thursdays.
on the
28th.
21st.
No, that's not our problem.
so the 4th of
But they're
March,
also doing something on either
Yeah.
the 27th or the 28th.
the 4th of March
Okay.
is the planning commission meeting,
Yeah, right.
right? So that's the Monday before, that's a striker.
That's a straight.
We have the 27th.
Let's do Saturday the 2nd.
Oh, no, that's what she told me.
You don't get anybody here on a Saturday.
Saturday the second, well, that's their business.
Shepherd's wedding.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Quite frankly, I agree with John on that. If they don't want to come on a Saturday, that's not a problem.
We're not here, you know.
Yeah, we got a wedding that day. Same
Okay,
shepherd.
How about this? I will not be giving up my Saturday to come here for an informational meeting. I'm fine with the 28th.
If everybody else is.
My opinion is if the school doesn't have it publicized before us,
So we'll
ours
make
is
it.
going first.
Right.
So informational meeting,
Yep.
Well, I'm here to tell you, I'm not here. I don't think those 2 weeks.
Oh,
We
you're
have
in
2
Florida?
weeks.
The end of February and the 1st of March.
So you're not even here for the town meeting?
No. I am in New Jersey.
Oh,
Jay-Z.
Lisa's, or with Lynn's kids.
Mhm.
That's fine, because we're not making any decisions. We're simply explaining,
I mean,
Exactly.
if you're okay with not being here, that's.
Yeah.
which kind of has
It's
to be.
unfortunate. This isn't the only time that
No.
we haven't had a full set of people for an informational meeting, or as far as that goes, for.
Explaining the
calendar
budget,
meeting.
it's not,
Never walk to the informational meetings typically. I haven't been to
No.
one, that's why it's.
we have, but
Maybe 20 people.
Yeah.
So we haven't, however, this is the
This
first
is the
year.
year though, yeah,
This is
you're
the
right.
first year we've had both of them on
Right.
Australian, except for COVID.
Right.
And our informational meetings during COVID were Zoom. So that will need to be Zoom also.
Yeah.
Available. I would like to make it clear though. I don't believe we can take questions via Zoom
No.
for the budget meeting.
No.
They have to be in person, because I think that's actually a statement.
It's a state thing, yeah.
That's a
I
state
believe you're
issue.
right.
Possibly for during town meeting, informational meeting, I think we might be able to take questions.
I would like your statement, and I'm gonna say that we're not taking questions via Zoom for the informational meeting.
So when we.
to do it a whole different, because for the school, you have to.
You have to have a proctor and a moderator,
Yes,
and
Yeah.
that,
And you have to have a room
yes.
and all this, there's a bunch to it. You can't just
Right.
do what we're doing.
no,
Cause I know the school, you have to have somebody
So
that,
do we have to have
A Zoom.
a
meeting.
moderator?
you would have to have somebody that moderates the Zoom.
The
portion.
Okay,
So there would have to be, like, John's got it set up over there right now. There would have to be a separate individual over there that would take all the information, any questions, comments, concerns off this. Present
Okay,
it to the board
Yeah.
one at a time,
Right, they'd have
and it's,
you have to park them, you have to,
okay,
Yeah.
so when we warn this
Yeah.
meeting, we will make a statement
Must be in person.
that it will, questions
Well-
must be from the floor.
do we
Yeah.
really have to zoom it?
yes,
Why?
that's an informational meeting. It has to be part of the open meeting law.
Just say that questions have to be made from the floor, in person.
Anymore, we were obligated to even Zoom a meeting. It's just been
I
an
think
option.
that-
I think we're the only one that doesn't put it on Northwestern TV. We're the only select board that doesn't.
Oh, they were here, they opted to leave.
What?
Yeah.
No, I upload
They-
all our meetings. to
All of our meetings are uploaded.
Are they?
Yeah,
We send it to Northwestern, whether they put it
They're
on
not.
live.
Oh, that's good.
yeah.
You know, that's how we got that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I told you,
Anywho, not really part of the budget
Okay.
part.
you're the one who brought it up.
I agree with you, Josh. I
Right,
think questions have to come from the floor.
Yeah, questions from the floor. So, yeah. So I mean, I have no problem with this room being full of people.
No, I'd rather see that.
So can we put a period on this sentence and just pick a time? 7 PM?
Why would we change our times?
Informational meeting, February 28th, you said?
7 PM.
And then it's a budget informational meeting, right?
Yes, budget informational meeting. Make sure informational meeting is, information is bold. It's not a negotiation. It's not a,
Not taking questions via Zoom.
Yes.
that should also be bold too.
Or just stated questions must be from the floor,
Right.
whichever you think. is better.
Well, the thing is, yeah, questions must be stated from the floor.
I agree, yeah.
I mean, realistically, the questions are not gonna be, the questions can't be, why did it go up this, I mean, they can be, why did it go up this much, but it's gonna be informational. It's not a time where we can change the budget.
You can't change it, no.
Can't change
No.
it anyway.
So,
Oh, right. Do we have
At
a
that
podium?
point, you can't change anything.
for what?
To me, the
Well, rather
informational
than the
meeting
table,
is down
put
at
a podium
the.
there so they walked up if they had.
Well, we could just put a smaller table there and they could walk up and
I was just saying, right,
Yes.
people get up, down, scratching chairs back and forth.
Just hand them.
there's no, they just leave it without a table, without a chair.
There you go there. They can walk up and talk that,
Yeah.
way, go pick it up.
Walk and talk, you can see them just fine from the TV here.
That's fine.
then we don't have somebody overstaying their welcome.
Right.
And that gives us enough time. It's better that at this time frame, because if we had done it the Monday before, then the whole room has to be broken down immediately after
Right,
the meeting.
right.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah.
So that's better the week before. All right, good.
Any other? QuickBooks,
Yes.
the number that came in for QuickBooks was $1,830.
Right,
I believe so, yeah.
We budgeted 2,500.
right, but as it was brought up,
We don't know.
we don't know if there's gonna be a per person fee for payroll. So if we leave that at 2,500, it gives us a cushion.
Okay.
The difference there of what, $700? It really, in the grand scheme of things, isn't a,
It's a moot point.
yep,
It just needed to be covered.
yep.
No. it's on its separate.
Court costs, we budgeted $13,000. Actual cost was $12,586.14.
Wow, we were close.
Court tax, yes.
What was
Okay.
that?
So it's obviously $13,000 is good for that. Road
How much
advertising,
was it actually?
actual.
12,000?
Are we changing?
$12,586.14.
$400 difference.
Yeah.
It wouldn't,
It isn't worth
I
changing.
mean, if we were talking
Different.
10 grand, sure, we'll change it,
Yeah,
but
that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
Advertising, I believe we put $500 on it. That was for the free press. That was not for the messenger.
correct.
However, we're in the same ballpark as we are with the court tax. It's just a couple $100, and if we will be advertising
Oh, no.
for
At least
one.
at least one, possibly two road positions this year.
Right.
I think.
I think we leave it
as it.
yeah.
Leave it as is.
Okay.
Yeah.
SU informational meetings, February 21st. All right. I have something that does not necessarily have to deal with, it's the last item, have to deal with the budget, but FEMA funds, we need to consider. We have $1,500, these are rounded numbers,
Yep.
$1,500 coming in for administrative costs for Mac and I.
Yep,
Okay, that's coming back in. We have $55,000
Wait, this is on.
coming in. Please listen, Terry.
Can I ask a question?
$55,000 coming in for,
Was that 1,500 or 15,000?
Administrative costs?
Yeah,
15,000, I'm sorry.
Okay.
1,000
I was gonna say-
1,000, I apologize.
that's fine, I just wanted.
And 55 for what?
And $55,000 coming in for the state share, which is 5% of the total cost of the project. Our project is $1.1 million, times 5% is 55,000.
Yep.
Okay. I can't guarantee that this money will come in at this point, so it's a moot point. I don't think we should be able to, or should take it off our budget.
No.
No.
However, what do we do with that money when it does come in? We can set it aside as a separate line item. And I've talked to Vera about this. She's comfortable doing it either way. We can set it aside, and that was $60,000, $70,000. We can set it aside as a reduction in 2025's road budget, or we can set it aside as a down payment or a payment towards our next truck.
Question,
Those are just two possibilities. I know there are more.
Could we put it into the bridge fund? Is that typically what that, what does that typically? cover?
that's hard because, yeah, because we got slapped on the hand a couple years ago.
Putting it like that.
Well, because we put it in the bridge fund, but then we needed that money
Somewhere else.
to cover somewhere else and we pulled it and didn't pay it back.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that.
And we did end up paying it back, but the way the law reads,
Because we did.
the way the law reads is you can pull it from one fund to cover another as long as it's paid back, because that is what the taxpayers have allotted that money for.
So we'd be better off put it in.
Now, just remember, this doesn't have to be decided tonight. I just want to put it forward. We have to think about it.
Question,
I
I know we're not. I know we're saying don't bank on that money.
Yep.
We also, in the road budget, only took into account 20 of the 80,000 that comes from the state funds.
That has to go toward the roads.
Right. this FEMA money theoretically should go towards the roads, because that's where that.
It has to go towards.
It has to go towards the roads.
Yes.
So if you were to take even half of that. You've got 35,000. You know you've still got 60,000 coming from the state, that's 95,000. If. You know, worst case scenario. Could we drop the road account? 30,000, we call it 420.
We could.
So we already dropped the 15,000 at the last meeting with the anticipation of money coming from the state, so we need to take that into account.
I just did.
But that's a separate,
Right.
that's a separate line item. That comes from a different source.
That's where we were last year.
Were you?
Yeah.
So go 425.
I think if you were to go 420, 425, then if this money comes in,
We're kind of.
Great.
You're caught.
great,
between-
we're way ahead of the game.
Right.
If it doesn't. You're still, you're not shorting yourself a lot.
No.
The federal or the state funds that come in will overcompensate for what we reduce that by. And if this comes in, we would still have an excess. We would still put that in an excess fund.
I'm 90% sure the 15,000 will come in for this
I
year.
was just gonna ask,
So,
so one that
I think-
typically comes in.
so I think if
quicker
we-
than the other,
If we could drop that to 425,
I agree.
so,
In theory,
you know what I'm saying?
I got what you're saying, so just let's look at it as in a total.
Yeah,
So you take the 15, we've already dropped it by, so in theory, we're dropping it by
Well,
4.
we we've gotten 20,000,
Originally presented.
we've gotten $20,000 so
Right,
far
already.
this year. We're anticipating another 20,000.
Right.
Right.
We dropped the budget by 15.
Is a safety factor.
We're as a safety
Right.
factor. I'm just stating facts. I'm just,
We took it to 450.
right, technically, Lance, we're anticipating $60,000 in state funds.
We got 2 payments already for
Two?
the, that's,
We've got-
if I remember correctly, we got.
It was it 20 grand a piece,
I don't think so.
because last 2 years, it's been over 80 grand.
Okay.
I kind of remember Vera saying we've gotten 2 payments.
Yeah, I don't remember the amount.
I don't know.
I don't either.
Hey,
We have our.
that wasn't nice.
Oh, I have one.
Was she giving a finger to you?
I swear, holy poopy. So anyhow, seriously,
I think you're okay to do that to 425.
another 25?
I think you can. And
To drop it down.
I'm not saying don't.
No, I just.
Well, no, the 450, we've already made considerations for the state road account.
Right.
Right, we already did that. 'cause
We already did
took out
that.
15.
So Josh is saying taking some of the FEMA anticipation of FEMA funds
Yeah.
and dropping it another
Show
25.
up. It took forever to get the first portion of FEMA funds. That's the only thing that makes me.
Worst case scenario, if we
Right.
don't get the 55,000.
You're gonna get the 15,
We're 10 short.
right? That's why I'm.
I'm 90% sure we'll get the 15,000.
So I'm, okay. I don't want to say no. I
Right,
just
no,
want-
I'm just, I know. what
My only concern is the FEMA has not been paying out like we anticipated.
I agree.
I'd rather go with,
That's why
and I know this hurts us right now, but I'd rather go with what we know and then bank that money for next year and then lower the road budget when we have the money in hand and can safely say, hey, we got $70,000. Good news, town of Bakersfield. We're gonna take that off next year's road budget, so.
Yeah, either way, it'll be off the road budget, because if we pay for the truck, it'll be off the budget in the long run.
I think-
If we pay directly toward the budget, it's,
Right,
Yeah.
if we take the money off here, you're not paying for the truck, it's going to
Going to
the
the-
operational
I
cost.
had a truck. fund.
Yeah, but if you take it's built into the road, but it's built into the.
That's what I mean.
But what I'm saying, what Lance is saying is it doesn't matter if you take it off this year or next year, it's gonna save the same amount. My biggest thing is, if we're really looking at an 18% increase from the state,
Trying to cut that.
And- I mean,
Cut where we can cut.
well,
People like
Just
your
showing up.
mother,
What-
are not gonna be able to stay
what,
in their home.
and if, God forgive me, Brian, what Brian doesn't understand is we're gonna go after X amount of dollars to cover our taxes.
Me?
John,
Brian,
Who's Brian?
Weston.
Oh.
Oh,
yeah,
You're talking because that's where the other 18% came from.
yeah,
Right, okay. We're going after X amount of dollars,
right,
okay? And we're gonna set the rates to collect that amount of money.
Yes,
If your house is worth $100,000, we're gonna take. Oh, yeah,
yep,
this amount.
yep,
If your house is worth $200,000, we're gonna take a lesser rate.
yep.
Now, that is not going to completely offset.
It's more than 18 though, when you get the whole shit and caboodle figured in. Cause we don't even, that's not counting
Right.
when they add the 53,000 for. The library, 28,000.
Oh, library's in the budget.
equipment
No, but
Oh, no, you're right. You're right.
items.
You're right.
Right.
So you gotta add all of that to that 450.
yeah, I think.
But
I think-
another 10, 20,
There's 20,000 on
Or-
that.
48,000.
360.
100 and some odd
That's on the,
thousand right there.
that's on the 362.
Yeah.
Just minor correction. The 450 is a road account.
Yeah,
Right.
like I said, the only concern I have is that.
Account.
362 is what.
It's for the general fund.
For the general fund is where this gets added to.
Yeah,
it's a
right
great
idea. Same thing. We just-
Without money.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
That's another $100,000
So
plus. It's over 100,000 actually.
it makes a difference with what Josh has brought up. Are we gonna take it off this year's budget? Or some of it off this year's budget?
I was trying to split it. I guess that was my thought. Split it between the 2
So we'll take it
years.
down to 425?
That was my thought, but I mean.
That's kind of what I was figuring. If you can bring it down to 425 this year. Knowing that you've got 70,000 for that particular, just for the
You get
FEMA
your
stuff,
15.
coming in the next 2 years.
Right,
Even if it all shows up next year.
right.
The money we're budgeting for and voting in isn't coming in until October.
Right,
Yeah.
yes.
So I mean. By the time this budget tax amount comes due,
Right.
we're already gonna be
Almost.
almost the full calendar year ahead. You see what I'm saying? So
disagree.
it's, we're voting on something that's already happening,
Mhm.
but not receiving the funds until almost another year.
Yeah.
It's so ass backwards, you have to confuse yourself to make it make sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I get
So I think if we drop that to 425,
right.
I think. Even if FEMA was to drag their feet, that gives them another 9 months.
We're still gonna get to 15.
That money would come in the same time. this money.
We're still expecting 2 payments from the state this year,
Exactly.
which is another.
Yeah.
All right, so let's shorten this thing. I'll make it a motion. I'll make a motion that in anticipation of FEMA revenues, we drop the road budget to $425,000.
Do I have a second? Motion's been made by Lance, seconded by Todd. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
We have to change anything in the physical road budget or not?
No.
Okay.
Everything will still be the same. It'll just be covered by revenues, receipts.
Now, we'll make up our mind about where the rest of it goes at some point, but just keep that in the back of your mind.
Yeah,
Yep.
When it comes in, we gotta, I would strongly suggest that we earmark that for something specific.
Yeah.
Whether it be 2025 budget, the new truck, or something else that comes up that we don't know about yet.
Maybe
That
a
might be-
0% increase in the road budget for next year would be kind of nice.
Oh, wouldn't that be, yeah.
That being said, everything being looked through, is there any other questions on this warning?
Anticipation of FEMA funds that we changed the proposed budget for road from 450,000 to 425,000.
yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Nice second.
Seconded by Todd, passed 5-0. Any other,
Let's see, is there anything else that she needed for information from us?
we've got all the questions covered. I was just wondering if anybody else saw anything. Lance has been writing in red. He's got the.
Official copy.
So just before everybody leaves, if you could read over what Lance has, just to make sure that everything looks right there. That's what I just said. Yep.
It's marked in red, so it's easy to see.
Yep. Any others?
Have nothing.
Yes,
Okay.
in anticipation for town meeting, I'm going to ask Vera to come up with a single spreadsheet. Okay, that has these line items and the amounts on them, and I'm going to highlight the lines that we have absolutely no choice over,
Non-negotiables.
so that we can discuss that at town meeting, because it is gonna come up under the question of this. Yes,
Yeah, I think,
because a lot of our budget for the general fund is non-negotiable. I'm sorry, but we can't do a goddamn thing about it.
yeah,
That's gonna be,
I know.
Right,
Tammy,
right.
on the 26th, February 26th meeting,
28. Oh,
no,
26.
26th,
Actual.
the actual budget meeting. I think we need to make sure that we have a bullet points.
Yep.
And I think just,
Thank you.
no, as a board, under the finance things,
That, otherwise it.
budget meeting bullet points,
Highlights.
highlights, bullet points, yep.
Of what?
For the meeting on the 26th, I would like for us as the board to come up with, because Terry, you should be here for that one, or are you gone before then? We'll come up with the highlighted bullet points, so Lance will have that paper before,
But
you wanna look over that just
I
before
will
we.
know for sure.
So when we go to the informational meeting, we have a list of bullet points, just to
We'll all have our own copy right in front of us.
why it's gone up, where.
Yep. On one spreadsheet.
One sheet.
Well, no, it'll be 5 sheets, and it's.
But I think
You know what it is?
that's gonna be our only fallback on the general fund, is to be able to say, hey, look, these are set amounts. We don't have any choice.
And these are the things that have rolled into it.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't
that's,
think Josh is old enough to remember the old
Yep.
random.
Yeah,
phenomenon.
Josh.
Right at the edge, and it said page 24J, and
yeah. Are you good with this going to Tammy?
It did Todd and.
Yes, they did.
I look at it very good.
Could you give that to Tammy?
Can do that.
Somebody want to get emotional?
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Todd got it.
Either one.
Anyway,
You got it back.
we all want to adjourn.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Well,
Yeah.
oh wait,
All
let's
right.
stop the recording.
I'm sorry that